The boy left the shop earlier than he used to. He wasn't comfortable with those people coming to ask him about the amulet. What could be so special about it, he asked himself. He opened the door to his house and his mother opened it. She noticed some changes in his mood, so she asked, "No much sales today?" "I made a lot of sales, just that there's something that keeps on bothering me." "Talk to me, Ken. What is it?" "Do you remember the amulet I showed you the last time I came home?" She thought for a while if she noticed anything, and then she remembered. "The one shaped like a key?" Ken nodded. "Some people came and said that the necklace was dangerous, and it could do worse if it falls into the wrong hand. Where is it?" "I lied to them that I sold it just to make them stop coming, but it's here." He brought out the necklace he hid inside his bag and stretched it to his mother. She took it and looked at it. "It looks ordinary. How can something so harmless be dangerous?" She noticed an opening somewhere around the hook, and she tried opening it, but she couldn't. "I'll think we can open this." "Really?" "Yeah." She gave it another try, and it opened. But then the unexpected happened. A beam of light emitted from the necklace and went straight into her eyes, and she fell to the ground with her eyes all black. Ken touched her, but he quickly removed his hand because she was too hot. He tried to take away the necklace, but a force from the necklace threw him away, making him hit his back on the wall. He knew he couldn't handle this himself, so he sought for help. Phoebe was in the room alone when her necklace started becoming uncomfortable. She tried to take it off, but the hotness from it made her retreat. "Mom," she called. "Mom," she called again, her voice getting louder. Claudia, Gwen, and Chad rushed in to meet her, but they couldn't go closer because the light emitting from her necklace was too bright. "What's going on?" Gwen asked Claudia, but Claudia was as thoughtless as they were. "Can you get it off?" Claudia asked. Phoebe shook her head. "I tried, but I couldn't." She demonstrated it again, and a force pulled her hand away. What could this mean? Claudia wondered. They were interrupted by a knock at the door. "Go and see who it is. If it's Eric and Danienne, don't let them in." Gwen was about to question her, but the look she gave made her rush downstairs. She opened the door and was surprised to see the seller standing in front of her, panting. "Did you miss your way?" Gwen asked. Ken bent down to catch his breath before explaining why he was there. "My mother is dying. She needs help." Gwen became more shocked. "Did anyone tell you this place is a care center?" "The amulet." At the mention of that, Gwen pulled him in and quickly shut the door. "What about it?" "I lied. I didn't sell it. It's in my house." "Gwen, who is there?" Claudia asked. "The seller," Gwen replied. Claudia rushed down to meet him. "What are you doing here?" she asked. "I need help. My mom tried to open the amulet, and I don't know what happened to her. She isn't moving, and her eyes are all black." "Could it be because of the amulet Phoebe is like that?" Gwen asked. "We need to find a way to either bring her mother here or take Phoebe over there. People would suspect if we bring someone in. Why don't we find a way to take Phoebe over there?" "But how?" Claudia asked. "We can't go close to her, but she can come to us. We just need to tell her what to do." That sounded like a good idea. They rushed upstairs where Chad was keeping watch over her. "Anything?" Claudia asked. "Not really." "Phoebe, can you hear me?" "Yes, Mom." "Good. Now we've found out the reason why your amulet is acting up. The seller didn't sell the amulet like he said he did. Now his mother is in grave danger because of it. We need you to find a way to keep your power under control and get into the car. We are going over there." "But I can't," Phoebe whined. "Yes, baby. You can. The amulet is subject to you. It listens to you." Phoebe tried her best to get her powers under control, but it wasn't as easy as it sounds. "I don't think I can do this, Mom. I believe in you." "I do too. Me too." Chad and Gwen tried to give her up, and it worked. She closed her eyes, and the amulet's beam of light reduced. "Keep going," Claudia told her. The more Phoebe's eyes were closed, the dimmer the light became. After a few seconds, the light went off, and Phoebe breathes out a sigh of exasperation. Chad ran to meet her, but a force surrounding her pushed him off, making him hit his back on the chair behind him. I didn't see that coming. He winced in pain as he managed to get up. I think I am going to need a lot of space in the back seat, Phoebe said, and they all laughed. Chad and Gwen, you two wait behind, and you... Claudia pointed to the cellar. My name is Ken. Ken, you take the front seat. Ken nodded, and they all got ready to leave. Claudia and Ken entered the car first and tightened their seatbelt while Phoebe entered. Try not to blow up the place, Gwen said. Phoebe looked at her and smiled. We will let you know if we need anything, Claudia told them before zooming off. Chad and Gwen were about to enter the house when they heard some voices behind them. They turned and saw Eric and Damien standing in front of them. Isn't that the cellar? Lucas asked. Gwen was speechless, and she signaled to Chad to take over. Chad did and told them, yes. Well, what is he doing here? Prince Edward asked. I don't know. He said he needed to see my Mom and Phoebe, and that's just what you saw. Did he say why? Prince Edward asked. No, and I forgot to ask. If you will excuse me, I have things to do. Let's go in, Gwen. He pulled her in before she could refuse. Did you have to be so cold? Gwen asked. It's the only way, Chad answered. Outside the house, Lucas and Prince Edward were in doubt. Should we follow them? Lucas asked. I want to, but I don't think it's right. Let's just leave it. We can talk to him later. Prince Edward answered him, and they went to their house. They drove in silence to Ken's house. Arriving at his house, Claudia packed the car and they came down from the vehicle first before Phoebe did. Ken led the way to the house and showed them his mother that was lying helplessly on the ground. I tried to get the amulet from her, but Elle couldn't. Claudia and Ken stood far away from Phoebe and Ken's mother in case something bad was to happen. Phoebe, she called. Phoebe turned to look at her, then she asked her, Can you handle it? Phoebe looked at Ken's mother and saw the amulet glowing. She wasn't sure what she was supposed to do, but she nodded. Do you need some space? Phoebe nodded. Elle don't know, but I feel this is going to be dangerous, she answered. Okay, we will leave you to it. Just let us know when you need help. Phoebe nodded without taking her eyes off Ken's mother and the amulet. Let's go, Ken. She pulled the young boy away from the scene and took him out of the house. Is it safe leaving just the two of them alone? Ken asked. It's safer with us outside. We have no idea what's going to happen, and if you heard what she said, it might be dangerous. Ken understood and waited patiently. Phoebe walked closer to the woman who was lying on the ground. She bent down to touch her, but a force was resisting her from touching her. Phoebe also noticed that the woman's eyes had gone black. What was she going to do? If this goes on like this, she might die. The only way out was the amulet around her neck that was flickering gradually. If I can make the amulet glow again, I can fix this, she thought. So she closed her eyes and forgot everything around her, and immediately, the amulet around her neck started glowing so bright that it covered her and she was lifted. Then the amulet in Ken's mother's hand left her hand and was floating in the air till it got to where Phoebe was. The moment Phoebe opened her eyes, the amulet went to her amulet, and like a key unlocking a lock, the amulet on her neck opened, and the bright light stopped, and slowly she was returned to the ground. She grabbed the two amulets and locked her amulet back while holding the other amulet in her hand. She kept both amulets in her pocket. She moved close to Ken's mother to check if she was okay, and a loud gasp escaped from Ken's mother. What happened? She asked while Phoebe helped her to get back on her feet. You had a near-death experience, she answered. What? Phoebe smiled. Mom, Ken, you can come in now, she shouted. Ken's mother looked at her in surprise. Ken and Claudia walked in, and Ken ran to hug his mother. "Mom, I thought I lost you." "What happened?" Ken's mother asked. Phoebe went to meet her mother, who welcomed her with a warm hug. "As I said, you just had a near-death experience," she answered, and Claudia nodded in affirmations. "It's a miracle you are alive," she added. Ken's mother looked at her son to see if they were saying the truth. Ken nodded and said, "You almost died. The amulet almost killed you. It is all because of Roby and Claudia. You are living right now. I have decided to return the amulet to them at a free price." "What?" she asked. "It's dangerous, as they say. We should return it to the rightful owner. I don't want to lose you again." "Thanks a lot for your help," Ken's mother told them. "We have to get going now," Claudia told them, and they bade each other goodbye. They got to the car, and Phoebe was gazing at the two amulets in her hands. "Give them to me," Claudia said. Phoebe gave her the new amulet, but she demanded the other one, too. The two question marks Phoebe asked in shock. Claudia nodded. "But I don't want anyone finding out about these," Claudia told her. "No one will find out. No one knows about it. Lucas and Prince Edward know." Phoebe was confused. "Who are Prince Edward and Lucas?" Claudia took a deep breath before explaining. "Eric is Prince." Phoebe was confused. "Who are Prince Edward and Lucas?" Claudia took a deep breath before explaining. "Eric is Prince Edward and Damien is Lucas. They came from the kingdom of Havilla." "What?" Phoebe asked in shock. It took her a long time to digest the information. "So you are saying Eric is the king's son?" "Yes, Eric. Prince Edward is King Gardiel's son. The son of the king that killed my mother and others like me." Phoebe's eyes were almost tearing up. "You mean I've been friends with those people?" she asked. Claudia looked down at the amulet, and they were flickering and glowing. Phoebe, you have to calm down. Your anger is doing something to the amulets." Phoebe looked down and saw that the amulets were flickering. She also noticed her anger triggers the amulet. She breathes in and out to calm her anger, and immediately she was okay. The amulets stopped flickering. She handed over the amulets to Claudia. "I will keep them safe," Claudia assured. They drove home. Xenia walked in with a letter in her towards Her Majesty, who was ending the king's wounds. "A letter just arrived from Kingdom Euphrates, Your Majesties." Queen Elise gestured for her to read what was written in the letter. She opens the letter and began to read. "This message is direct to Your Majesty. Greetings to you. I have heard about the uproar going on in the kingdom, and because of my friendship with the king, I have helped in my little way, but I have a request to ask of you. Please let my son stay in your kingdom for a while. I will be sending him down in the next 2 days. I await your response." She folded the letter and gave it to Her Majesty. "Prince Zord is coming here?" Queen Elise asked. "That's what the letter said," Xenia told her. "I didn't even have the intention of staying for that long, but when I saw his condition, I just had to be there. Tell everyone in the palace to gather. I would like to talk to them." "Yes, Your Majesty." Xenia bowed her head and left. Queen Elise turned to face her husband. "Can you see what your bad mouth has led us into? Who knows what Prince Zod is here for?" King Gardiel rolled his eyes at his wife and looked away while his wife continued to tend to his wound while exerting more pressure on it. King Gardiel flinched at the pain. The following day, Lucas and Prince Edward went to visit the cellar, but getting to their shop, they met the boy and a woman coming in their direction. Ken saw them and was about to dodge, but they caught sight of him before he could get to dodge them. Lucas ran to meet him. "Are you running away from us?" he asked. Ken turned to look at him with a fake smile on his face. "No," he answered nervously. "My mom forgot something, and we were just leaving to get it." "But I didn't forget anything," his mom answered, despite Ken's signs not to say anything and just play along. Lucas folded his arms while waiting for Ken to tell another lie, but his mom had already ruined the plan, so he had no other choice but listen to them. Fine, you caught me. He turned to give them his full attention. What do you want? About the amulet. Can you tell us whom you sold it to? Before Ken could reply, his mom spoke. He didn't sell it. She told them. Ken shut his eyes in disbelief. He didn't? Prince Edward asked. Yes, he didn't. Mom, can you just stop talking? He yelled at his mother. I will be the one to answer them. Just go and open the shop. They watched his mom leave, which allowed Ken to construct a lie. Is it true that you didn't sell the amulet? Ken nodded. I gave it to a friend as a birthday gift, he told them. Lucas's eyes widened in shock. After we warned you about how dangerous it is, you still went ahead to... That was before you told me how dangerous the amulet is. Besides, I believe it's in a safe place. No, it's not. As long as it's with any human, it is not safe. But you are human, and... It's different, Lucas stopped the prince from speaking more. He turned to Ken and said, Thanks a lot for your help, but for not heeding our warnings. Let's say you should be prepared for whatever is to come. Ken walked away from them. I've already experienced the wrath of the amulet, he told himself. What next? Prince Edward asks Lucas. We lost the amulet, we can't find the girl, and we can't return home. We are stuck. There's got to be another way, Lucas assured him. What other way? The prince asked. Lucas came closer to the prince and, in a whisper, he said, I think Claudia knows something, and it's obvious that her children know too. Something about the amulet? The prince asked. Lucas nodded. Why would Phoebe be interested in the necklace in the first place? She is a girl. I am sure she was attracted to it. To the point that all her family came to bargain with the seller, Lucas asked. Prince Edward thought about it for a while, and he found some atom of truth in what Lucas said. So what do you suggest we do? How about we get close to one of the children? Okay, but who? Lucas thought for a while. Phoebe, he suggested, but Prince Edward shook his head. Why? She doesn't like me, and I feel the same way. Lucas affirmed that. See, Chad hates us both. The prince cuts in. True. I guess the only chance we have is with Gwen. Yeah, I notice she is a lot friendlier. Let's try with her then. Okay, let's go over to their house. They head over to Claudia's house. Who's your favorite? Gwen asked Phoebe, whose eyes were glued to the TV. It's Rap Monster for me, Chad answered. Gwen and Phoebe looked at him. Why? Phoebe asked. He's a very good leader, supportive, strong, disciplined, caring. Fine, fine, fine. I see your point. Gwen said, clapping her hands immediately. It was Teaching's turn to perform. She stood up, pointed at the TV, and said, This is my favorite idol. Phoebe looked at her, then at Taehyung. Let me guess, she paused. She took a glance at Taehyung, and she noticed that he was cute, sexy, and handsome. The reason you choose him is because of his looks, right? Gwen gave her a thumbs up. You got that right? Phoebe and Chad shook their heads before bursting into laughter. My turn. She got up, waited for her favorite idol's turn, and when he appeared, she ran to the TV and kissed him. Sorry to interrupt, they all heard a voice say, and when they turned, they saw Lucas and Prince Edward. Phoebe quickly cleaned her mouth, hoping they didn't see it, but a smile on Lucas's face showed that they saw it. Your mom let us in, Prince Edward told them. I've told you guys several times to turn down the volume of that TV. That's how a thief will come in, steal everything in the house, and you all will be sitting there, right? We didn't hear them knock, Chad said. So how come I heard the knock and went to open the door? Claudia asked, and everyone became silent. She turned to face the guys. Make yourself feel at home. I will be heading to the grocery store. And remember what I told you guys. She was talking about then keeping the amulets a secret. They all nodded. Will you guys be around till he get back? Prince Edward was about to shake his head and say, no, but Lucas quickly answered yes. All right then. She opened the door and left the house. What was that for? The prince asked. We intend to get closer to them. Well, this is it, Lucas whispered to the prince. Are you guys going to keep whispering, or will you come to join us? Gwen asked them. Okay. They went to sit next to them. Lucas sat next to Gwen while Prince Edward sat next to Chad. Phoebe was still standing. So, tell us why you love Jimin, Gwen said to Phoebe. She looks at Lucas, who was smiling at her, then at Prince Edward, who had a stern look on his face. He's handsome, short, sexy, cute, and a great dancer. He is my type of guy. I can only date someone with these features. Prince Edward noticed she was looking at him the whole time she was talking about Jimin, and it made him feel somehow. Could it be I am not good for her if I... He shook his head to get rid of the crazy thoughts. All right, why don't we play a game of truth and dare? Gwen suggested. I am so in. Lucas cheered. Anything you bring on the table, girl, I am in, Chad said. Gwen waited for Prince Edward and Phoebe to agree, but they didn't. Come on, Phoebe, what are you scared of? Gwen asked. Phoebe thought about it. I can use this to get the truth out of them and find out why they are here, she thought to herself. I am in. All eyes turned to Prince Edward. What about you, Eric? Gwen asked. Prince Edward thought about it too. If I agree to this, then I can find out where the amulet is, that's if it is in their possession, and why. This is an opportunity. Thinking about the goal, he agreed. I am in. Great, Gwen smiled. Now, to make this more interesting, give me a few minutes. Phoebe stood up and went to the room. Everyone was wondering what she was doing when they saw her arriving with a device. What the hell? Chad said in shock. You had it the whole time? As if I knew it would come in handy, she answered him with a wink. Hope you all know what this is? She asked. Since there was no response, she went on to explain while fixing the plugs. It is a lie detector. It detects when a person is lying, if you are caught lying. It sends you a trigger that can be very dangerous, but it doesn't kill, she explained. Prince Edward and Lucas looked at each other. If you don't want to go through the torture, then I'd advise that you should. Be truthful. Don't you think that's going extreme? Gwen asked. I am cool with it, Prince Edward said. Hope it works on you too. Phoebe fixed the lie detector on her and asked anyone to ask her a question. Do you like Eric? Lucas dropped the question. Yes. Immediately, she was shocked by the electric field connecting the lie detector. After some time, it went down and she regained herself. She turns to look at Prince Edward and he got the answer. They all sat in circles and got ready for the game. Gwen brought the bottle and spun it, and it stops at Phoebe. Truth or dare? She asks. Dare, she answered. I dare you to sit on Eric's lap for 5 minutes. Phoebe nearly choked. What the heck? What am I supposed to be doing on his lap for 5 minutes? She asked her. Your time starts now, Gwen told her. Phoebe sat down there for a few seconds. You know what? The punishment is if you don't fulfill a dare, right? What's the punishment? Lucas asked. Anyone who can't do a dare will be asked to do something very nasty, Gwen explained. Phoebe knew Gwen too well, and she knew Gwen would ask her to do the dumbest thing, so she got up and stood in front of Prince Edward, who was staring deep into her eyes. Will Phoebe do it or face the consequences?
To be continued. Don't forget to follow us for more.